Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Epoxy Me That, where we turn resin into art and bad decisions into life lessons. And today, I'm part of a collaboration. And the collaboration is with other resin artists. And it's called Wedding Dress Rehearsal in Resin. Yes, isn't that fun? And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss the disaster that's waiting to happen. All right, here is the mold I'm going to be creating in today. And can you guess my part in the wedding? Anybody? Can you guess? My part is the wedding cake. What fun! So I'm going to be creating a wedding cake on top of this jar right here. All right, I'll see you back in a bit. Okay, you'll notice I have a few things out here. This is what we're going to start with. The colors in the wedding are like a Tiffany blue and a pink. So this is the closest thing I had to that. And it's a turquoise blue. And it's a beautiful, beautiful color. And then I'm going to be using this color pour. It's a resin dye, and the color is blush, and it's a pretty baby pink. And I'm going to be using this mold right here for my cake. It's a 3-tier cake. And I'm going to make my cake blue, and then my icing for my cake is going to be done in pink using these molds right here. And then these molds right here, I will explain them later on in the video. I don't want to spoil anything. All right, let's get some of this mixed up, and we'll get to pouring, my friends. Okay, I got my Bond Crafter epoxy resin mixed up here. I mixed up 6 ounces to start. And I have my little Scooter's coffee cup here that I saved. These are awesome. And I'm going to get me some of my mica powder down in my cup. And then go ahead and put some resin down in there. Just a little. And then I'm going to go ahead and get that mica stirred up real good into my resin. And then we'll add the rest of my resin to the cup. Which I want to save some, too, for my icing. Because I know that I poured enough to do my icing, too. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do my cake toppers as well, but I think I'm going to make it with all this resin right here that I poured, because I'm pretty sure this mold right here probably holds about I'm going to say 4.5 ounces. Okay, that's good and stirred up. Less is more. So I'm going to just add a little bit at first. Which we're going to need a little bit more than that. Okay, now go ahead and get this stirred up. Just give it a little bit of a stir because we've already mixed up the mica powder in here, so we don't need to whip it all around. I'm going to scrape the sides real good and get the bottom of my cup real good. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and spritz my mold with a little bit of alcohol, and that's going to help out with the bubbles not forming around the edges of the mold. And it's not a 100% guarantee, but I tell you, it's a chance you want to take. All right, let's go ahead and pour. And I'm going to stop right there because I'm going to need some more resin in there. And I don't want to add any more mica powder, so I'm going to go ahead and add it to this. because I had plenty of mica powder in there to color that. All right. I add a little more to it. Okay, now we're going to pour these right here. And I'm going to use a little bit of this glitter right here. Don't worry, it's not green. When you put it in the resin, it doesn't show a color. It's just going to give us a little bit of sparkle. Not much. Just a tad. That's why I like it. It's very subtle. If you only use a teeny bit. And now we're going to use the Color Pour resin dye, and the color is Blush. I put 8 drops in there. Probably was more than I needed, but okay, I'm satisfied with that color. I'm wanting a really baby pink. So, and I'm not sure what color pink, if any of the others will use a pink. I'm not sure what color they'll be using, but this is the pink that I thought would go best with my wedding cake that I'm making. Alright, I'm going to spritz a little alcohol into the mold. I'm only going to spritz it in this first one because that's the one I'm going to be pouring in first. And I'm not sure which of these pieces of icing I'm going to be using. And I'll be needing multiple ones to put together. So we may have to use all of them. I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens when we get there. Okay, I'm going to put you on a time lapse while I pour these. Okay, now I'm going to take my heat gun and run it through, popping in the surface bubbles. And now I'm going to spritz some alcohol. I'm just making sure there's no bubbles down in here. And then I will be back to pour the jar. Okay, I mixed up some more of the turquoise, and I'm only going to be pouring it probably about to right here, and then the lid. So I'm going to go ahead and spritz some alcohol into both of them. Turn it upside down, get the excess out. And I'm going to go ahead and pour my lid first, and whatever won't fit in here is what I'm going to be pouring into the jar. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to let that go ahead and settle. I'm going to take this little brush right here. I'm just going to run it through right quick. Hopefully there won't be any bubbles hiding in there. Then I'm going to take my edge tool right here, spritz a little alcohol onto my paper towel, and I'm just going to clean those edges up. The more you clean up around your mold, the less you have to clean up when you demold your piece. And I'm all about less mess. Okay. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to pour right here in the center so it can spill down and make its way down to the bottom. Pouring slow. Give it a chance to fill up at the bottom. You don't want to slam it in there because then you'll cause a air pocket to form. And then that bubble may stay down there and never come up. So pour slow and give your resin time to make it around the mold. On its own, not rushed. Okay, I think that's a little bit more than I wanted in there. I'm going to stop right there because I don't want any more in there. Okay, I'm just going to get my little flower mold that I made. I'm going to spritz a little alcohol in it. And I'm going to make some of these flowers in this color. And maybe we'll use them on our cake somewhere. We are back and these have cured. So I really want my little pieces right here to be bendy so we can fold them around our cake. So that's why we're going to go ahead and do this right now. So these will still be bendy. All right, let's get our cake out and take a look at it. And there's our cake. And these right here, these little indentions in there that you see, they are from the mold. The little specks that you see in there, some of them are resin. Let me see if y'all can see it. See that yellow one? You see how it's risen out of the mold? I didn't know that. You know, I didn't know they were like that, to be honest. I did on the top, but I guess I really didn't pay attention to down in there. So, anywho, it's not going to affect our cake though, because like I said, we're going to be going around it with some things right here. And the little pieces on the top that you see that are like that, we're covering that too. So no biggie. All right, let's get these out right here and see which ones we're going to use. See how bendy that is? Oh, look how beautiful. Isn't that pretty? Let's see how it looks on the... Oh my goodness, you guys. That is beautiful. Look at that. All right, we got to figure out which pieces we're going to use where. I may have to make some more of these if what we decide on doesn't... if we need more with the pieces that we decide on. But this is just cute molds right here. So cute. I have used them several times for different things, and I absolutely love them. And these right here are my favorite. They have like a bubble look to them. Look at that. Like a braided bubble look. It's beautiful. Just beautiful. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, I may end up having to do these again. And then this one's a little bit different. A little bit different from the other ones. All of them are different, to be honest. Every single one of them. But you can piece them together and have a really pretty creation. That one's really pretty. Instead of putting a bunch of beads together, you could just do this. So cute. And then this is just like a little smaller version of that one. And what I'm thinking about maybe doing is, you remember the little flowers we done? Now this wasn't the plan, but it might be where it's going. That turned out so pretty. And I made this mold right here myself. And I need to make me some more because I absolutely love these flowers right here. They are gorgeous. Okay, now what I want to do here, I went and mixed up some resin. And I want to achieve a transparent look with this aqua turquoise alcohol ink. I'm going to try to get real close to this color. And then I want to put some of these pink inclusions, which are mylar flakes, into here so they can float around. I don't want to go all the way down. I want to leave just a little bit of room to top this off with the color we used on the top. Okay? So that's what I'm going for. I'm going to spritz some alcohol into the mold, and I pray that this works. Okay, we're going to go ahead and mix up our color into here. But I'm going to need a white cup so I can see through. So I'm going to switch my cups right quick. This is one of the cups that Bond Crafter sent me. And I love them. I clean them out and reuse them. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put... I'm not sure how much I'm going to need, but I'm just going to go ahead and stop there. And I'm just going to put one drop in, too, because I'm not sure what color I'm going to get. Okay, gonna need another drop. Okay, that's perfect. That's what I want to stop at right there. I can't get the top on that. And I'm not going to fuss with it right now. Okay, I don't want to stir too much in that because I don't want to... I already got quite a few bubbles in there. Okay, now let's go ahead and pour. Whoop, we need to mix these in, because I don't want to be stirring any more in this resin than I have to. Okay, that might be enough. Let's see here. A little bit more. All right, I think that's going to be perfect. Here we go. I may need to mix up some more. I may not make it to where I want to get to. And then again, I may. I don't know. I'm not real sure. Nope, I want to go a little bit more than that. No, I think that's going to work. Yeah, that's going to be perfect right there. Yep. Yes, I like that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. I'm going to use a little bit of my alcohol. Now, I'm going to go run this to my pressure pot, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I have some resin here, and we're going to go ahead and fill these up again. And we're going to be doing our little bird here too. So let's go ahead and get some resin over in here, and that's going to be for these right here. Make sure I leave enough for my bird. All right, and then remember I'm switching over to this color right here. It's a beautiful, beautiful pink. It's the same color as we was using before. See there? It's the same baby light pink. Okay, I'm going to let that sit and degas while we demold our hearts that we made. Now, this one has some overspill on it. Both of these do, but no biggie. We can get it off. But look how pretty those hearts are. I love their shape. They're so cute. I'm not sure which ones we'll use. It's either going to be those or these. I've got this out of my pressure pot, so it's ready to go in with the last pour. But I'm just going to take my little Cricut tool here, and I'm going to go ahead and lift that right there, because I don't want that on there. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and demold these, because we're going to have to make them again. So let's check that color out. Yes, that's going to be beautiful. I really like that light baby pink on top of that Tiffany blue. Or that's our knockoff Tiffany blue. Yes. Nothing wrong with a knockoff. You've already seen all of these. I don't know why I'm showing them to you again. I got a little bit of overpour on this one. So I'm just going to take my little snippers here. And snip it right off. And I will clean it up here in a bit. Okay, those two are empty. Let's get these out. Okay, these are ready to roll again. And I'm going to put these over to the side. And we'll have them sitting over here for when we get ready to decorate our... Actually, we can go ahead and decorate our cake. Because now we have the right color. So we can go ahead and decorate it. And really, we want to go ahead and do that now anyway. Because I don't want this getting super cured. Like cured all the way. Because then it's going to be really hard for us to get around our cake. Right now it's really flexible. And we don't want it to get cured really hard. To where it will be harder to work with. So I'm going to put these over to the side, and we'll go ahead and work on those after we finish this pour and this pour. Okay, I have our colors mixed up here. That's going to be to finish our jar off. And this is going to make some more of our icing for our cake. But I did want to mention that if anyone is looking for some good pigment paste, these right here are amazing. This is First American Resin Pigment Paste. Now, the bottles are tiny, but this is pigment paste. You don't need to use a lot. There are tons of colors in this little box here. I mean, just tons of them. You get all ranges from light colors to dark. I mean, there's lots of different colors here. This one is beautiful. And these are on Amazon. I will list them in my description box if anyone is interested. And I do believe they're about $25. But you get a lot of different colors here, ranging from light to dark. And I'm telling you right now, my friend, they are really nice pigment paste. I have been using them now for a while. I didn't want to really share them with you all until I had really tried them out. But they are really nice pigment paste. So if anyone's looking for a nice set and you don't want to spend a ton of money, here you go right here, my friend. I'm all about finding a deal. Okay, let's get to pouring. I have let these sit and degas for a few minutes, so they're ready to go ahead and pour. I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol in here, and that's going to help with the bubbles forming around the edges of my mold. Then I'm going to take the heat gun and just run it through my cup just for a second. And then we're going to go ahead and pour. I hope I mixed up enough to fill up the rest of this mold. I'm pretty sure I did. I haven't used this mold in so long. Man, it's been years since I've used this mold. But I was really infatuated with these right here. I mean, man, I was making all kinds of stuff with these jars years ago when they were real popular. Okay, what I had left over, I went ahead and poured this mold. And I poured these little molds. And I made some more flowers. Okay, now I'm going to take my edging tool here. And I'm just going to go around my mold. Clean up my edges. That way, they'll be nice and clean when we demold our jar. Okay, doesn't that look nice? Now I'm going to set this over to the side, and then we're going to get started on this and demold our extra. I want this piece right here, down here on the bottom. We can start this, but we'll have to wait on the other ones to cure. And then I'm just going to go up and down with it. You know, like that. So, let's see if this is hot enough yet. Now we're going to go back up again. Okay. Looking cute. Gotta clean that off. There we go. A little bit of overpour there. Okay. Now we're going to take the flowers and where they're going to stop and meet each other again, the little pieces of icing, we'll put a flower there. Right like that. And now we'll put one over here. Whoops. I'll have to pick that one up. It fell on the floor. Okay. Now we'll wait on the other one to cure, and that'll take us back around there to meet that and fill in this side. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this one next, right here. Okay, then I have this one right here. I'm a piece on there. And there we go. Now let's see what I'm going to put on the top. Okay, now I'm going to take this little piece of icing here and going to cut it in little strips. Then put a little flower right there. Put another little flower. Oh, wrong size. Is that the right? Yeah, that's the right one. Looks a little fatter than the other one, don't it? Then I'm going to put another flower. We may have to cut that strip smaller, because we got to put our 2 flowers there. One there. And one there. And then I'm going to have to cut that a little bit smaller. Okay. I'll clean all that glue off later. So there it is so far. Okay, I have to wait for the other piece to cure before we can add it here. And then we'll be almost finished with our cake topper. We have to put our little bird on the top. I guess we could go ahead and do that part. Let's go ahead and get him out because it's cured. Let's go ahead and put our little bird topper on here. Okay. Oh, look at it. Turned out beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love it. And the reason I put hearts in the bird, can anybody tell me why I did that? It's going to be go right on top of the cake. And it means love birds. I thought that was cute. And then we'll just glue that right on the top. We are ready to demold our jar here. Have y'all noticed my little chick over here? Have y'all? That's my little cute chick. Look, it lights up. Can y'all see that? Is it cute? At a cute little chick? Yeah, the cute little chick. Yeah. That's when she's angry. Yeah, that's my little chicken chick. I got her out here for Easter. Yeah. So cute. Okay, let me get my lights back on. Let's go ahead and demold our little extra here. And I've made plenty of these, and they are so cute. So cute. I don't have any left to show you all. So, I think I did show you one of these in one of my videos, though. Look how the alcohol ink looks in there. Don't that look cool? The camera's not really picking up how neat it actually looks. But we're going to take, I'm going to get one of my black pens out here. And that's black, but that one's not opened yet. I know I have one in here opened already. Here's one, but that's not what I'm looking for. Where is my black one at that... Hang on a minute. Let me see where it's at, you guys. Okay, I found it. It was way down in the bottom. Okay. I'll shake it up. This is one of my Posca pens. And see, that tip is a lot smaller. So we're going to take it and go through there. Like this. Then I need to clean my little mess up. Okay, now I'm going to let that dry in there and then we'll fill it. Let's go ahead and demold our jar. This is our extras right here. We'll demold those in a minute. Let's get our jar out and see how it looks. Good Lord. Woo! Hello. So there's our lid. That's a beautiful color. Now let's see what our jar looks like. I had to move it, and I'm afraid that it's not going to be level at the bottom. You know where the blue color is at? Because I had to move it, and I had to move it to a table that I don't... Oh, goodness. Ooh. That I don't have level at the moment. Okay, there we go. Let's take a look. Oh, it turned out so pretty. Look at that. It's level. It's level. Okay, I was afraid. I was a little afraid there. But that is beautiful. It turned out so pretty. Okay. Now, let me show you guys. Let's go ahead and demold these and then I'll show you. Let me get this jacket off. I'm burning up. I got them hot flashes, y'all. Y'all, menopause. We're not getting along too well. Y'all just gonna have to excuse my noise fan. I got to have it right now. It's just it's necessary. That turned out so pretty. I love, love, love these little flowers. They're beautiful. They're little roses. And I made them out of some little buttons. Okay, and then this, y'all know what these look like. We've already demolded these once. But we got to finish our jar up. Fastest demold ever right there. Okay, now these, I've never used this mold before. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, this one says Miracle. And then it's got a little star right there for the A in Miracle. That is cute. I'll have to put paint on it so y'all can see it. Now, I'm not going to demold all these because it would take me for a long time. But this one says Star Trek. And this one says Freedom. And we'll put a little bit of paint in them to see what they look like. Let's get some of this white right here. I don't think I had enough in there. Okay, I'll just wipe it off and just show y'all one of them, because my video is already long enough. There it is. Isn't that cute? And then you can put them on little keychains, because they have the little keychain hole in them. And there's a whole sheet of them. They say all kinds of things. Okay, put those away. Let's get to our jar. Okay, I'm going to take some of this right here, and I'm just going to cut it down the middle and make it 2 rows. And put a row here and then a row down there. Okay, I will meet you back when I finish putting the little pearls on here and then run this down my jar. I'm just going to put a little bit of my Gorilla Glue, a real thin line, and then glue this on there. And I will meet you back when I get that finished. I got my glue run, my glue run. I got my glue gun ready. So here's what I done to our cake. I didn't like how some of the glue stick was sticking out of the top. So I took these little, they're cupcake glitter pearls. They're for cupcakes and they have glitter on them and they're pearls and they're beautiful. And I just went around the top of that. And I'm not done. I'm not finished. And I went ahead and put some tiny ones and then some little Tiffany blue looking color crystals in there as well. I don't know if y'all can see the crystals, but they're in there. See if you can see them sparkling. But I'm not finished. I would like to add some more right here in the center of this. And then let's go ahead and finish this off. Get our flowers out here. We're going to need 2 more flowers. Okay, and then we're going to need this piece right here. And we'll take it from there and go down and then back up. Is that the piece I used? Why does this one look fatter? Oh, maybe that's just how it looks. Okay. I guess I'm tripping. All right. I'm going to put some glue on here. And then stick it here. Go down. And now I want to come back up with it. And then back down to that. Okay, this is going to be tricky. Oh, Lord. Gonna be tricky. Okay. Now we got to come down to there. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to add something down there because that's barely making it to that. Oh, I can't stand the little hairs that the glue gun leaves. Okay. What is that? Something yellow. I don't know where that came from. Okay. I forgot I didn't need any more flowers. I don't know why I got those out. Remember, we put one on here and one here, and we just brought them together. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess since I pieced those together up there, I thought that's what I was doing down here. But we are almost finished with this, my friends. I'm going to bring some more beads through here, and then I'll put a few down here so that we can bring that in and make that look a little bit better. But let's see what it's going to look like on the jar. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. Isn't that beautiful? Oh goodness. And then I'm going to do something around here and here. I don't know what yet. But I got to do something because, let's see. What if we have enough icing? I have finished our jar, and I think it turned out super cute. So what I done was I added some crystals around the jar down here. And then I added some lights inside with a pink and a blue butterfly glued on the lights in there. So when you cut the lights off, you can see them flying around in the jar. And then I added some more little crystals around the jar. And I filled in all of these with some pretty little flowers there. And then I added some eyes to our bird. See them sparkling? They're Tiffany blue eyes. And then I added a Tiffany blue hat. And then some crystals around the hat. Yes, so beautiful. Love birds. I should have had two birds up there. Love birds. But I could only fit one. So it's just one. I may have squeezed another one in there, but I think it turned out beautiful. So I'm going to open the jar up and show you what's going on inside so you won't wonder about it. And there they are, a pink and a blue butterfly, and I glued them on, and these are blue lights. So I'm going to cut the lights off and let you take a peek. See what you think. And there it is. I can see the butterflies in there really good, but you can't because of the camera. Yeah, the camera's not allowing you to see the butterflies. But me standing here without a camera lens in between me and the piece, I can see the butterflies just fine in there. So that is my wedding cake jar for the wedding rehearsal and resin collaboration. And I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to go check out the others and see what their part is in the wedding rehearsal in resin. And if I don't have the complete list in my description box, I will at least have the Resner's Poorhouse, and you can go there and get the whole list, okay? Well, it's about that time, my friends, for a sweet goodbye. And I will see you on Monday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. God bless you. Goodbye, my friends.